everyone, Kat here, your favorite ginger bibliophile. I hope you're all doing really well, and I hope you're in the mood for some fairy tales, because that's what I've got. Another entry into reading through Grimm's Brothers fairy tales. So, of course, we had to dress the part with some Little Mermaid. Of course, she's not in here, as if you've been following me for a while, you already know, because I started this segment last year and read all the classic, you know, ones that we already know from Disney, and then I kind of it fell off, and sadly, none of my absolute favorite was not in here. No Merida, no Little Mermaid, and no puppies though. My snuggly one is still on guard duty, so we won't be seeing him today. He's wore out from cussing out kitties and garbage men and the mailman and all the other ones. But we've got a fun one that's kind of doggy-ish today, maybe. It's The Wolf and the Seven Young Kids. And if that's not your thing, no worries, I still got you. Check the description box below, and I've got all the fun bookish stuff of my Edgar Allan Poe, stuff from my favorite genres, all the other cute puppies and bunny videos that most of y'all are actually here for. And if you see something that makes you smile, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out. And then let's get on into it, shall we? Once upon a time, there was an old goat who had 7 young kids, and she loved them as any mother loves her children. One day, she decided to go forth into the forest to fetch some food. So she called all 7 of them to her and said, "Dear children, I'm going to the forest, and I want you to be on your guard against the wolf. If he gets in here, he'll eat you all up, skin and bones. That villain often disguises himself, but you can recognize him right away by his gruff voice and black feet." "Dear mother," said the kids, "we'll take good care of ourselves. Just go and don't worry about leaving us here." "That's never the truth. You leave a bunch of kids alone, we're gonna go have some fun." The old goat bleated and went on her way with an easy mind, but it was not long before someone knocked at the door and called out, "Open up, dear children, your mother's back and has brought something for each one of you." The kids knew it was the wolf by his gruff voice. "We're not opening up," they cried out. "You're not our mother. She has a lovely, soft voice, and yours is gruff. You're the wolf." The wolf went away to a shopkeeper and bought a big piece of chalk, which he ate, and it made his voice soft. Then he returned and knocked at the door and called out, "Open up, dear children. Your mother's back and has brought something for each one of you." But the wolf had put his black paw on the window sill, and when the children saw it, they cried out, "We're not opening up. Our mother doesn't have a black paw like yours. You're the wolf." The wolf ran to a baker and said, "I've stubbed my toe. Put some dough on it for me." After the baker covered his paw, he ran to the miller and said, "Sprinkle some white flour on my paw." The miller thought, the wolf wants to trick someone, so he refused. The wolf said, "If you don't do it, I'll eat you up." This frightened the miller, so he made the wolf's paw white. Yes, indeed, that's the way people are. Now the villain went to the house for the 3rd time, knocked, and said, "Open up, children. Your dear mother's back and has brought something from the forest for each one of you." The kids called out, "First show us your paw so we know that you're really our dear mother." He put his paw on the window sill, and when they saw that it was white, they believed him and opened the door. Yet who else but the wolf stepped inside? The kids were terrified and tried to hide themselves. The first kid ran and jumped under the table, the second into the bed, the third into the oven, the fourth into the kitchen, the fifth into the cupboard, the sixth under the wash basin, and the 7th into the clock case. However, the wolf began to find them and make short shrift of them. He swallowed one after the other down his throat, but he was unable to find the youngest in the clock case. When the wolf had satisfied his desire, he tottered off, lay down beneath a tree on a green meadow, and fell asleep. Shortly after, the old goat came home from the forest, and oh, what a sight met her eyes! The door to her house was wide open. The tables, chairs, and benches were turned over. The wash basin lay on the ground in pieces. The cover and pillows were stripped off the bed. She looked for her children, but they were nowhere to be found. Finally, when she got near the youngest, she heard a soft voice calling, "Dear mother, I'm in the clock case." She drew him out, and he told her that the wolf had come and had eaten up all the others. Well, you can imagine how she wept over her poor children. At length she went outside, still grieving. "Hello, little man. You done guarding? Are we safe now?" Mwah, boy. While the youngest kid ran beside her. When they reached the meadow, she found the wolf snoring so loudly that the tree branches above him were trembling. She examined him from all sides and saw that something was moving and wiggling in his stuffed stomach. That sounds like y'all after dinner, huh? Yes. "Oh, God," she thought. "Could it be that my poor children that he gobbled up for supper are still alive?" She sent the little kid home to fetch scissors, needle, and thread. Ooh, I see where this is going. Then she cut the monster's belly open, and no sooner did she make the first cut than the kid stuck out his head. As she cut some more, all 6 of them jumped out, one after the other. They were all still alive and had not suffered the least bit of harm, for the monster's gluttony had been so great that he had swallowed them whole. What joy there was! They hugged their dear mother and hopped about like a tailor at his own wedding. But the old goat said, "Now go and look for some stones in the field. We'll fill this godless beast's belly with them and while he's still asleep." The 7 kids quickly fetched some stones and put as many as they could into his stomach. Then the old goat sewed him up again with such speed that he did not notice a thing, nor did he even stir. When the wolf had slept to his content, he stood up, and since the stones in his stomach made him very thirsty, he went to go to a well and have a drink. However, as he began to walk, he swayed back and forth, and the stones in his belly knocked against each other and rattled. And he cried out, "What's that in my belly rumbling? Could it be my bones are crumbling? 6 little kids I thought I ate. They're more like stones with all their weight." When he reached the well and leaned over to drink the water, the heavy stones pulled him in, and he was drowned in a miserable way. Upon seeing this, the 7 kids ran up to the well and cried aloud, "The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!" Then they took their mother and danced for joy around the well. Well, that'll teach you to eat 6 live goats whole. And to not mess with Mama. She's way craftier, huh? You wouldn't try that, would you, big girl? Even with your appetite, you'd just want to sniff their butts, wouldn't you? Or take a nap. I don't think she's finished sleeping from, the earlier readings. Oh, big girl. And little man's still at my feet getting his little cheeky scratched. So, what's your favorite Grimm tale? Have you read through this yet? 'Cause, yeah, I'm only that far in. That was number 5 out of 250? 252? Yes. Yep. 250. And there's a couple others that we've already gone through. So, is there one particular you're looking for? Drop a line, let me know, and I will see you soon. Bye. Happy reading.